So this week we've got a group of kids that we've brought down from Lightning Ridge, Tamworth, Armidale and Bega joining us this afternoon to just give them exposure to the different opportunities that are available to them. There's 3 focuses to it: culture, education and career pathways. But I think for me most importantly is taking them out of their comfort zone, because for some of these kids it's the very first for them to, number 1, fly on a plane, number 2, come to the city. It is totally different to what we have in the country. So once they finish year 12, they think, oh, you know, I did like this in Sydney, where there's more opportunities, because in the country, there's very little opportunity for employment. One of the kids asked me about the tribal warrior. They asked who owned the boat. And I said, oh, it's owned by an Aboriginal organisation, and an Aboriginal organisation. So it's that exposure to what Aboriginal people can do, that they can be their own bosses. This is, when you look at it, while we're providing opportunities, but it's also saying to our kids, you have choices.
I'm looking forward to the bridge climb.
The Sydney Harbour bridge climb.
To get some more knowledge on Gomeroi culture and to know more of my people.
Being able to get a very, just a fun experience, but also learning a bit about Aboriginal culture in general.
With this program, what I have seen since I've been in the program, I've focused on tutoring for those students in years 10, 11 and 12. This year, we have seen that we've had an increase in attendance, we've had an increase with the completion of assessments, and the students are achieving higher results. And the reason for that is that the head teacher identified that there was a lot of Aboriginal English being used, so our kids were getting marked down when they do assessments. So there was a bit of work done around Aboriginal English and standard English, but they're seeing now why they're getting less marks, and we can see that the students are really starting to take note of what they have to do if they want to go anywhere in life.
My connector helps me out by gym programs and starting up little events, help taking me driving, having casual talks with me, doing cultural activities. Driving helps by being able to pass my Ps so I can come here and visit more culture.
They've helped me get a better education and just give me more experiences and help people.
One of our connectors, Angie, and she just helps us with schoolwork and all that. They're just to get through our assessments and all that, which will help us out in the long term.
Pam helps us out with our schoolwork and stuff. So big shout out to Pam.
I think a lot of people, when they don't have connectors such as Casey or the other ones we've met on this trip, you can feel a bit lost in culture. I know I felt that way years ago, but being able to have opportunities and people around you who support you and want to make sure that you are well-rounded is very crucial for people in general, but especially towards Indigenous peoples. So I think that's a massive part of why, currently, feel like I'm doing well academically. I feel like I'm also, my headspace is fairly good. And even just being able to do these kind of things, allows me to, build myself, so that way in the future, I can have much more understanding and be able to share that with any, with all my own kids or my family, and even just my community around me.